Hi, welcome to Marketing 11. My name's Mr. Lee. Today I want to talk a little bit about the system we're going to be using, which is called Moodle, and some things to look for and just to pay attention to. To start off, I'll answer the question, what is Moodle? Well, Moodle is what we call a learning management system. It's the primary method in which we'll be delivering the content to you as the learner in a clear and effective way. It pretty much handles all the content, making it easy to click on, easy to use, and easy to interact with. Okay, so let's look at how I've laid it out in this system. And if you've taken other courses before, it may look a little bit different, but all the main components are still here. In this case, we have I laid it out at least in two different columns, one column here and one column here. This column here really deals with all the content. So in this case, you'll be able to find all the activities, the forums, the case studies, the quizzes, and etc. Okay. And if we look further down in this column, well, there's a little bit of a welcoming message, some pictures to get you thinking. And of course, we have all these different little links here. And not only links, we have these little icons here. Okay. And I'll just talk a little bit about each. This icon here that we have right here, which looks a little bit like a chat text box, is what we call a forum. Okay, so in this case, in this introduction module, we have what we call a general question and answer forum. If we click on it, you'll see that you have a little bit of some instructions on how to answer it, and a button to add a topic. Okay, now just as a precursor, I'm looking for many of you to look for answers in this form first, and not only answers, to post questions here to this forum first. Because we are online, it would benefit everybody to have the questions and answers posted to one location, and this is where we'll be doing it. I will be checking this particular question and forum section on a daily basis just to see if there's any new questions. So please check here frequently for any common questions you have. Now, if you have any questions that are a bit of a more private nature or you do not wish to make public, you are certainly welcome to contact me. And you can do so in two ways, which we'll talk about in the next link here. Which is right here, which is the instructor welcome message and contact info. Okay, if you look at this section here, you'll see that the second icon is what looks like a page. And usually for these pages, I'll have important information which I'm posting. It can be resources, it can be messages, and in this case, it's a welcome message from me. Okay, and of course, some contact information. Okay, which we were talking about. In this case, you can contact me in two ways. You can contact me by my email address, which is right here. Okay, or you can contact me also by the internal messaging system right here. Okay, which we'll talk about right now. And you do need to do a search, and the best way to search for me is by my name, Christopher Lee. Okay. Okay, and that search section that I was just mentioning is right here. Now, if you look in messages, you can do a quick search right here for my name and click on that and send me a message, almost like instant messaging. Okay, let's continue further. So we've talked a little bit about the text box sort of chat icon. We've talked about the page icon. Now let's talk a little bit about this icon here, which looks like what we call a little page and a hand. Okay, this is the main icon that you'll see for activities, right, that need to be completed. In this case, I've given you what we call an introduction activity, just to have a little bit of fun, to introduce ourselves and to your peers. So in this case, if we go through this introduction activity, I will usually give you some background information on the activity right here. And in this case, you're supposed to edit your profile, your password, create a bit of an avatar, and of course, answer a survey and poll question. Okay. And usually I'll provide all the resources and all the readings and all the tips to look for in here. Okay, and here are your resources. Okay, and of course at the end of every activity section, I'll have an assessment giving you a little bit about how I've marked it or how I will mark it. Okay. All right, let's go back here. All right, and of course, you'll also see icons like this. This is what we call a choice question. I've used it in terms of a bit of a survey. If you click on them, it is part of the introduction activity. You'll be able to read a question and, of course, have some choices in question. In this case, I have some marketing and personality question choices for you, okay, which I want you to answer, and you'll be able to see them live. As your peers answer the question, they will be posted in live format for you to see the results, okay? And of course, you'll also be seeing lots of YouTube videos because this is a marketing course, so you'll be seeing them. You can see them directly on the site. You do not have to actually go to YouTube, okay? Moving further on, you will be also getting notes from me on a frequent basis. In this case, we have lesson 1 weekly review questions. And with those review questions, you'll have notes to answer them with. Okay, lesson 1 notes, lesson 2 notes. And with these notes, I also will be doing a live stream lecture once or twice a week to review these notes. And in this case, the first one is hosted on July 6th. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The reason why these live stream lectures are here is because I do believe that the notes by themselves are not sufficient, right? Or need clarification. And in this case, the lesson or the live stream lectures will help you clarify them, right? Unless you've taken the marketing course before and you know the terms by heart, the live stream lecture will definitely help you, okay? So if we click on the live stream lecture, you'll see that I have some preparation stuff for you to do right here. Review the notes, review the questions. And of course, the format which I've chosen to host these live lectures is what I call YouTube live broadcasting. With it comes with YouTube live chat as well on the side. It's a great way to both broadcast to you live and to have a direct discussion to interact with you. And of course, you can directly watch the live YouTube lecture here if you log in if you like, but you will not be able to participate in the chat if you directly watch here. You will have to click on the YouTube logo, which will be located here when it does go live, and then you'll be able to log in primarily with a Gmail account. You'll be able to log in, and then you'll be able to participate in the conversation. Okay, and of course, ask questions. All right, going back here, and of course we have another case question, which will be part of your participation mark on a weekly and bi-weekly basis. And of course, last but not least, for some assessment in terms of knowledge content, I will have practice quizzes and tests on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And in this case, I have some instructions telling you when the quiz is open, when it will close, what notes to study for, and of course the layout of which the quiz will take. Okay, so that is what this column is in a nutshell. It's really about your activities, your information, your forums, your questions, your polls, your notes, and your quizzes. So it really is what we call a content section. Okay, now if we move over to the right-hand side here, which is the tab section here, if you'll just give me 1 sec, I'm just going to switch my role to present it more like a student role. Okay, you'll see a couple different tabs. Now, we've already gone through this messaging section. This messaging section is designed for you to have internal conversation or instant messaging with myself or my peers. You will have to know their names and search them up, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Latest news, this will be where posting for changes to assignments or important information I will post to you will go. But one thing that I do find that is most useful to all students is this calendar tab here. What it does is it highlights some important dates for you. In this case, for example, it highlights that Sunday, July 5th, the introduction activity will be open, the practice quiz will be open, and of course, the practice quiz will close here, and lesson 1 and 2 weekly review questions will be due. So having said this, very useful tool, the calendar section will allow you to quickly, on a quick glance, look at what is due, what's needed to be done. If we look further down, you will also have an administration tab, which I've made available to you. You will not see this section because it's only in my role. But if you look at the grade section, what it does is it'll allow you to see in a snapshot all the assessment I've given you, all the feedback I've given you, and the grading which I've given you in one snapshot of all the different assignments that you've been submitted, that you have submitted, and I've graded. Okay. And of course, with your introduction activity, you'll be looking at this section as well. You'll be modifying your editing profile and, of course, changing your password. Okay, we'll go over these sections as we move forward. This is just going to be the basic navigation tutorial. Okay, so hopefully you've become a little bit more comfortable with the system. If you have any further questions, you're welcome to, again, utilize this messaging section and message me. Or, of course, look in the contact section page and give me an email. Okay, good luck with that.